going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with my Twilightsworn deck profile for the post Cotd duelist. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, for the past couple of weeks, I've been actually playtesting this deck, and I was finally waiting for the cards to finally come out in Cotd Duelist. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I think that this is the perfected build for Twilightsworn. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, guys, as I progress the deck profile, I'll be explaining to you guys all my card choices and the reason why I play them. And the purpose of this deck is to actually turbo out Minerva as quickly as possible. And also at the same time, with the new support of the Twilightsworn cards, makes the deck a little bit faster, and especially being able to bring out Punishment Dragon to basically play around with your opponent's graveyard and banish power is also really amazing. And having Judgment Dragon, which is your built-in win condition of the deck, is just absolutely phenomenal. And in the end of the video, I'll showcase you guys an amazing one-card Minerva combo, which you guys will enjoy. By the way, guys, I have a True Draco playmat available. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you guys get your True Draco playmats today. I do free shipping to Canada and US. I take PayPal only. International shipping will cost extra. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you guys get your True Draco playmat today. Let's start off with our Lightsworn engine real quick. You're going to play, of course, double JD. You guys all know how powerful JD is. Being able to just summon this card out to blow the entire board is just really, really powerful. And just getting rid of problematic cards on the field in general is just really good. So double JD to start off our, monster lineup. Next off, we're going to play, of course, triple Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. This card is one of the best cards in the deck as well. One of the greatest normal summons in the deck, but the fact is you're able to mill 2 cards during the main phase and mill 2 cards during the end phase, which is really powerful. So triple Raiden. Next turn, we'll play, of course, triple Lumina, what's it called, Lightsworn Summoner. Be able to ditch cards like Trick Clown or Fairy Tale Snow to the graveyard, especially my Lightsworn monsters from your grave, so that way that you have access to Maiko is really amazing. And this card is one of the best combo extenders of the deck. So triple Lumina. And for the next card, you guys all know how powerful this card is. Triple Wolf, the Lightsworn Beast. The card is absolutely amazing. Being able to just mill this card is just really good, and that's why Lightsworns are just known for, milling Wolf to get more advantage is really good. So triple Wolf, the Lightsworn Beast. Last but not least, for our Lightsworn monsters, you're gonna play the 1 Felice, Lightsworn Archer, and the 1 Lila, the Lightsworn Sorceress. Lila and Felice are really good cards. Felice, when it's milled by a monster effect, you basically get a special summon this card from the graveyard. And being able to tribute herself to destroy a monster on the field is pretty good as well. And at the same time, milling 3 cards to the graveyard can potentially help you mill into a wolf, which is really good. And Lila, it's just a really good card out to any problematic floodgates like anti-spell fragrance and things like that. So that's pretty much it for our Lightsworn monsters. Next off, for our Twilightsworn engine of play, of course, triple Lumina, the Twilightsworn Shaman. This card is absolutely amazing. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Lightsworn monster in your hand or graveyard, then target one of your banished Lightsworn monsters except for Lumina, Twilightsworn Shaman, and special summon it. So basically it's the same thing as Lumina, but it special summons from the banish, which is really good. And most of the time you're gonna be banishing cards off Fairy Tale Snow anyways. So when you banish, Lightsworn monsters off Fairy Tale Snow, this card becomes really viable and it comes really alive, which is really amazing. Also, all the Twilightsworn monsters has an amazing ability where if a Lightsworn monster activates effect, you basically get to send cards to the graveyard. So Lumina says that if another Lightsworn monster effect is activated, send the top 3 cards from your deck to your graveyard. So it triggers as soon as a Lightsworn monster activates, boom, you automatically send 3 cards from your deck to your graveyard, so that way that you can feed your graveyard for cards like Judgment Dragon, and also feed your graveyard for cards like Fairy Tale Snow, which is absolutely amazing. So she combos out really well with Fairy Tale Snow, and that's why I love the 60 card version where you're able to send Snow to the graveyard, so that way that you can make Lumina live, which is really, really amazing. And you're also playing cards like Allure Darkness as well to banish your Dark Lightsworn monster and things like that, so that way that Lumina can always be live. But with the one Raikou Twilightsworn Fighter, so its effect reads that basically when this card is normal summon or flip summon, you can banish 1 Lightsworn monster in your hand or graveyard, then banish 1 card in the field. The good thing about this effect is that 1, it does not target, so it can banish any card in the field, which is really amazing. The only downside about this card is that it has to be normal summon or flip summon. If this card says once per turn you can banish 1 card in the field, this card would have been absolutely broken. But the only downside about this is that it needs to be normal summon or flip summon, which kind of bothers me, and I don't believe that this card is a 2-of in the deck at all. I think that playing 1 copy of Raikou, the Lightsworn Fighter, is more than enough in my personal opinion. So 1 copy of Raikou, really good. And I also have the same effect where, if another Lightsworn monster activates, you may send the top 3 cards of your deck to a graveyard, which is really amazing. And last but not least, the Jane, the Twilightsworn General. The good thing about this card is that it's a level 4, so you can have access to Minerva, which is really good. And also, once per turn, you can banish 1 Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. It loses attack and defense equals to the number of banished monsters times 300. So if you summon this card, banish a level 4 monster like Raiden, okay, your opponent monster will lose 1200 attack, which is really powerful. And that way, that since you already banished the Raiden, you can make your Lumina live next turn by summoning Lumina, you know, banishing a Lightsworn monster, and especially the banish Radiant back if you can combo off with Jane and Lumina. I don't really think Lila is just too great in the deck. I just couldn't find space in the deck to add in the Lila. If you guys definitely want to incorporate Lila in the deck, you guys can go ahead and do that. But I felt like the normal Lila is definitely way more superior than the Twilightsworn Lila. So it's all up to the preference on what you guys want to play. Just use my deck as a guide to what you guys want to play in your own deck. And last but not least, you want to play the one Punishment Dragon. Let me tell you guys right now, this card isn't that great. Judgment Dragon is far more superior than Punishment Dragon. But the good thing about this card is that you're able to recycle back your entire deck into the deck, so that way that if you have a Brilliant Fusion in your hand or things like that, you can always reuse it, because you'll be shuffling back the entire graveyard and also banish cards back into the deck, so that way that your Brilliant Fusion and things like that can always be live. It's an okay card to actually play in the deck. It doesn't really accomplish anything like Judgment Dragon, whereas Judgment Dragon can just basically just wreck the entire. It doesn't really accomplish much like Judgment Dragon. It just shuffles back your opponent's graveyard and all the cards in the graveyard back into the deck. It's just a one-off in the deck, in my personal opinion. Next off, for a supporting engine, you want to play, of course, Triple Gofu. You know, the Vague Shadow. This card is absolutely phenomenal. This card is a one-card Deco Talker. You guys are probably wondering, Sam, how can you make Gofu with, you know, into Deco Talker? You go Gofu, you summon two normal monsters. The two normal monsters turn into Link Spider, and two Link Spiders, and Gofu makes a Deco Talker. So that's how you make a one-card Deco Talker off Gofu. So this card actually is going to get hit really soon. It's probably gonna go to 1 like the OCG, so you know, might as well play this card while we can. So next off, we're gonna play, of course, triple Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. This card is one of the best cards in the deck, and this card helps you make the one card Minerva combo, which I'll showcase you guys that throughout the end of the video. But Orphis Scorpio is really amazing because the Brilliant Fusion is just so amazing. The fact that you get double normal summons in one turn, so that way that you can go into more combo plays, is just absolutely insane. So triple Predaplant Orphis Scorpio, definitely a must off. One Predaplant Darting Tonia Cobra, and last but not least, for the Plant Engine, you want to play, of course, double Lone Fire Blossom. These cards are just really good. You want to see Orphis Scorpio as quickly as possible, because Orphis Scorpio is a one card Minerva, which I'll showcase you guys combo throughout the end of the video. So you open up Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire, and then you go into Predaplant Orphis Scorpio, and then you basically just go off with their combos from there. So Lone Fire and also the Orphis Scorpio with the Darting Tonia Cobra is definitely a must off in my personal opinion. You must play Brilliant Fusion in the deck, so that way that you can increase the ceiling of the deck even more, so that way that your combo plays can even become even more explosives. So that's pretty much it for the Predaplant engine. I'm going to play the one Heroic Challenger, Thousand Blades, and one Power Plow with Trick Clown. These are combo cards that you actually need in the deck, and which I'll explain to you guys that throughout the end of the video with the Orphis Scorpio combo. Thousand Blades is just really good, especially combo out with Trick Clown, so that way that you have essentially a one card rank 4 XYZ, which is really amazing. So 1000 Blade and one Trick Clown. Next off, the best card in the deck, okay, triple Fairy Tail Snow. The reason why Punishment Dragon can actually be brought out is because of Fairy Tail Snow. You're going to be banishing cards anyway, so that way that you can feed your banish pal for Punishment Dragon, which is really good. This card is one of the best cards during your opponent's turn, so that way that you can interrupt their plays, which is absolutely amazing. I think this card is really essential in the deck. You're going to play triple Goblinberg. The fact that you can search it off Reinforcement Army is just really good. And this card basically unclogs your hand. It's the same thing as Lumina. If you open up with Goblinberg at level 4, you have your first turn Minerva, which is really amazing. So triple Goblinberg. Next off, you're going to play, of course, the one Eclipse Wyvern. This card is really amazing, so that way that you have instant access to Judgment Dragon and also Punishment Dragon, which is really awesome. And you banish this card off Fairy Tail Snow, you basically get to add Judgment Dragon directly from your banished pile, or Punishment Dragon from your banished pile directly to your hand, which is really amazing. So one of the good cards that actually gets their effects off when it's milled. You know, one BLS, because you can actually play in the deck. You're playing a lot of darks in the deck, so BLS can actually become really viable in this deck. So one Blacklist Soldier in for the beginning. Next off, for the best monster in the game, the Hand Trap, one Max Seed. If you actually mill Max Seed to the graveyard, it's okay, because if you have access to Firewall Dragon can add this card from graveyard back into your hand, which is really phenomenal. So one Max Seed. And last but not least, for Gem Knight engine, you're gonna play, of course, the one Gem Knight Tourmaline. Shouts to Hanko Chow. His flavor text says that he channels mythic energies and changes them into fighting strength through the power of the Tourmaline. And also, many admire his ways of life, okay? So he's definitely way better than Garnet. I'm just kidding, guys. The reason why I'm actually playing this card is because I don't have a Garnet. So if you guys have a Garnet, play Garnet instead. But if you guys don't have access to Garnet, you can play any other Gem Knight if you guys would like. So the one Gem Knight Tourmaline to round off our monsters. And shout outs to Hanko Chow for actually giving me this card. So that's pretty much it for the monsters. Alright guys, off to the spells. We're going to play a triple Solar Recharge. This card is absolutely phenomenal. You guys don't know how powerful Solar Recharge is. Basically unclogs your hand and basically help you draw into more resources. Next card you're going to play, of course, double Charge of Light Brigade. This card is really amazing. By the way guys, Charge and Solar Recharge can also ditch Twilightsworn monsters to the graveyard, because Twilightsworn monsters are technically Lightsworn monsters, which is really good. And Charge of Light Brigade can search the Twilightsworn monsters as well. And that's pretty much it for the Lightsworn cards. I do not play, okay? I do not play this card, okay? The reason why this card is not good is because, one, it sucks early game. It's only good late game, mid or late game. It doesn't mill cards. It banishes cards from the top of your deck, which you do not want, because you know, you want to be milling like Lightsworn monsters, like you want to be milling Wolf, okay? So this card banishes, so it doesn't really become really effective for a Wolf, and you don't want to ever banish like, you know, Snow and things like that. So I don't play March of the Dark Brigade. It's not that great. If you guys want to incorporate this into the deck, you guys can go ahead and do so. But in my personal opinion, you know, from a competitive standpoint, I would recommend playing this card as well, because, you know, during early game, if you draw this card sucks. Next off, you're gonna play, of course, your Brilliant Fusion. This card is absolutely phenomenal. You can actually get this card to your hand as quickly as possible off the Orpheus Scorpio. So Brilliant Fusion is really amazing. And of course, the one instant fusion deck, because you can make a Kabunala Warrior, the level 4 monster, the level 4 fusion monster that can actually help you make Mrs. Radiant, which is absolutely amazing. So triple Brilliant Fusion, of course, the one instant fusion. And the reason why you play instant fusion is because if you already have Brilliant Fusion and Orpheus Scorpio in hand, you can actually search the instant fusion directly from your deck to your hand, which is really amazing. Next off, you know, the left arm offering searches out your grass, searches out your soul charge, and Punishing Dragon can always shuffle back all the cards you banish. That grass looks greener, one soul charge. Most of the time throughout testing, I actually left arm offering for soul charge more often than I would left arm offering for that grass, because soul charge is like, you know, it's just too broken. The one Regeki, okay, one reinforced with the army, because you can search Goblin Brick and also Raiden, one Foolish Burial, and last but not least, you're going to be playing, of course, triple Allure of Darkness to round off your spells. Allure of Darkness is just really amazing in the deck, because one, Twilightsworn monsters like Lumina can become really effective when you already have a banished Lightsworn monster. So you can always banish the Dark Jane or the Dark Raikou, so that way that your Lumina can always be live. And this card can actually help you dig deeper to your deck to see the combo pieces that you need. And you're also playing a lot of darks in the deck. You know, I believe 12 copies of dark monsters in the deck, so you have a lot of targets for Allure of Darkness. So you have a huge draw engine with, of course, Solar Recharge and also Allure of Darkness, which is absolutely amazing. So that's pretty much it for the spells. Let's go off into the extra deck. Alright guys, for the extra deck, for the XCs, you're going to play, of course, double Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn. You guys don't know how powerful Minerva is. Most cards to the graveyard. She is really broken. One Daigusto Emerald, one MX Saber Invoker. This card is really essential for the combo piece that I'm about to showcase you guys. So one Invoker, one Tornado Dragon. For the fusion, you're going to play, of course, the one Gemini Seraphinite and one Kabunala Warrior. I actually don't have this card, so I'm going to be proxying it. A Kabunala Warrior can actually help you make Mrs. Radiant, which is really amazing. So, and it's also an instant fusion target, which is really amazing as well. Off to our synchros, you're going to play, of course, one Maiko and double Side Frame Lord Omega. Maiko is, and you guys all know that when Omega is banished, okay, it comes back to the main monster zone, not the extra deck zone, which is really amazing. So double Omega and one Maiko. Maiko is really good because you can actually have access to it, and banishing problematic cards on the field, which is really, really good. So, and last but not least, for our Link monsters, you're going to play, of course, the one Firewall Dragon. This card is essentially your M7, which you can return cards from your graveyard back into your hand, which is really amazing. You can actually make this card really easily in the deck. If you already mill cards like Maxi, you can activate Firewall Dragon to bounce back the Maxi to your hand, which is really amazing. So one Firewall Dragon, okay, one Mrs. Radiant, and last but not least, you're going to play double Link Spider. You can actually make Mrs. Radiant with Link Spiders as well, because Link Spiders are Earth, which is really good. And last but not least, the one Decode Talker to round off our Link monsters. And you guys all know that, you know, combo with Gofu. Gofu helps you make double Link Spider, and double Link Spider, and Gofu helps you make Decode Talker first turn. And if you guys have any other cards you guys want to play in the deck, you guys can go ahead and do so. Just use my deck list as a guide to what you guys can play in your extra or the main deck. I told you guys that this is the best list that works for me. If you guys have your own card choices or personal techs, make sure you guys incorporate that in your deck instead. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Let's go off to the one card Minerva combo. Alright guys, so let's start off with the one card Predaplant combo. This card, if you open up one Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio, you essentially have a first turn Minerva, which is absolutely insane. So you don't summon Orpheus Scorpio, okay? Activate Orpheus Scorpio's effect to ditch any monster from your hand to the graveyard. To special summon the Predaplant Darlingtonia Cobra directly from your deck. When Darlingtonia Cobra is special summoned, you get to search a Brilliant Fusion directly from your deck to your hand, which is really, really amazing. So you search a Brilliant Fusion already. Now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna overlay Orpheus Scorpio and Predaplant Darlingtonia Cobra into your MX Saber Invoker. Okay, this is why Invoker is just really important for this combo. Saber Invoker, activate Invoker's effect to detach XYZ material. Okay, to special summon the Heroic Challenger 1000 Blades directly from your deck. Okay, so now you have a Challenger on the board and also MX Saber Invoker on the board. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna link summon these two cards to the graveyard. Okay, to special summon your Mrs. Radiant directly from your extra deck. Radiant has the exact same link pointers as Decode Talker, except she doesn't have a link pointer pointing up, which is pretty good, so that way that your opponent cannot special summon extra deck monsters to that zone. Okay, so you special summon Mrs. Radiant, and now what you can do is that you're going to activate Brilliant Fusion. So you activate Brilliant Fusion right here to basically send the Gem Knight Tourmaline, or of course the, or Garnet, or whatever Gem Knight you send. So basically send the Gem Knight Tourmaline or any Gem Knight card, and then the Trick Clown to special summon the Gem Knight Seraphonite. And now since Trick Clown was sent to the graveyard, Trick Clown would trigger by paying 1,000 life points to special summon itself. And also since you took damage, Thousand Blade is going to activate in the graveyard to special summon itself. Okay, so now this is really good. Okay, so now what you're going to do at this point is that you have an additional normal summon, so you can normal summon any other monster, another rank 4 or Raiden, so that way you have access to more rank 4 plays, which is really good. But now what you can do is that you can overlay these two for your first turn Minerva. Alright, so you have a first turn Minerva right here, which is absolutely phenomenal. And you also have an additional normal summon, and also what you can do with these two right here, you can actually link summon these two right here, okay, to actually even go into a Decode Talker, which is absolutely phenomenal. So that's also like what you can do if you would like, but you know, other than that, you still have an additional normal summon with Gem Knight Seraphonite. If you basically have another monster, you can essentially make a first turn Firewall Dragon. So that's pretty much it for the 1-card combo. You have essentially these cards first turn by just opening up Orphan Scorpio, and depending on what cards you mill, you can basically just continue a combo plays from there, which is absolutely phenomenal. So Orphan Scorpio can accomplish all of this, which is absolutely insane. So I call Orphan Scorpio the 1-card Minerva combo, which is really powerful. So that's pretty much it for the 1-card combo with this deck. The deck is absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys try it out, especially with the new Twilightsworn monsters. It gives this deck a little bit more speed, in my personal opinion. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. That'll be absolutely amazing. And this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.